People say, why do you give this speech? Because it obviously affects you. And my answer is because if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. Usually I have to refer to people about having a son or a daughter or a brother or a sister that's getting an education and going to be soon getting a job. And now I'm talking to the horse's mouth here. It's you. Understand that. What the world doesn't have enough of is integrity. Think about what integrity is. I know that integrity involves courage. I know that for the world to have more integrity, we have to be active in protecting and defending integrity. If we have integrity, we're the ones that say, being part of PLP, you're the ones that say, wait a second. We shouldn't do that. That's not right. There must be a different way that this can be done. The right way. Because there really is such a thing as the right way. Right does make might. If you see people at the mall, or on campus, or on the job, it doesn't hurt to say, wait a second. This isn't right. That's how we find more integrity. Bring in integrity. Integrity involves conscientiousness, awareness, consciousness. Consciousness, of course, is being aware of your own awareness. Ever think about it like that? How can I be aware of my own awareness? Well, when you do that, you've just triggered that thing called conscience. Ethics, it's how you think. Virtues are what you do. Integrity is who you are. You know, as you get through this, as you graduate, as you take that job, as you go off into life and the world to change it, people are going to know you and become to know you better and better and better. And they're going to know part of you to be that part known as integrity, because you're going to have it. You don't get through here without it. At least I didn't. It's one of the best assets that you can have in your pocket of all times is integrity. Truth. Do we see a gap today in what we hear over the radio, over the TV, and then a day or two later, what we see and what we hear and what we see, they're not the same? Have y'all seen that? Are you seeing more and more of that? There was an old movie, that one of the Marx Brothers movies, and Groucho was in that movie, and Groucho Marx would say to the guy in front of him, are you going to believe me or your own two eyes? We have a disparity of truth. And, you know, I can certainly point a finger northeast direction from here. That's where a lot of politicians gather in Washington, D.C. to borrow something from Bobby Burns. Don't you dare go into that night without having challenged those that can't handle the truth. Not challenging a half-truth and knowing it's a half-truth. That's that part of integrity. History for you guys, my memory for me, tells me about a guy named Richard Nixon who had this inability to tell the truth. You know, all he had to do, like you see so many today as they're coached, was to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, or it just happened, I'll never do it again. But he couldn't find enough of that inside him to tell the truth. Talk about a severe deficiency of telling the truth. There are certain things that we want to accomplish. we want for you to accomplish. They're already on your list. They're already on your agenda about who you are and what you're going to become. Oftentimes I see that when you think about who you are, I used to do this and it worked. I used to think about who I am and what I want to be, and I project who that person would be. If you do that, and if you practice that, it will come true. That's something that you really can do. This isn't fairy tale stuff. It's not fairy dust. If you can't see it, you can't get there. If you can't think it, you'll never find it.